Hello, everyone. How is your weekends? A very quick apology to everybody that was here an hour early. I was working an anime convention all weekend, and so with very questionable internet, set up the stream and apparently clicked the wrong time. So, but I appreciate all of you being here an hour before I was. So, how was everybody's weekend? Go ahead, let me know. Let me know what projects you're working on. It is the month of the November, and thus the writing of the everyday, the whole novel in 30. Is it 30 or 31 days?
I want to say it's 30.
Yeah, I think
30. 30.
Yeah, a novel in 30 days.
Whew.
How was my co-host weekend?
I haven't been writing at all, to be honest, so or doing anything productive in the slightest.
I mean, same, true and same.
To be fair, the only writing I got done this weekend was editing out other guest names and putting your guest names in my copy-paste description.
The only writing I did was to my bosses about new projects that we're starting or that we want to start at work. So other than that, I start a vacation this week. I'll go back to work till next Monday. I'm so excited.
A whole week off. I haven't had one of those in 80 years.
I haven't had one either. So the last time I had one, it was forced upon me.
But you had one. Oh wait, was it because of the car accident?
Yes.
Okay, fair. That doesn't
like it was thrust upon me. It was no choice of my own. I told my boss, I was like, I got a vacation, I got a new car, got the two things I wanted. Not in any way, the shape I wanted to get them in. Not this way.
All right. And I'm now going to say some hellos to chat. Hello. Today was especially early for you, Haley. Yes, I saw. No, it was unfortunately not about to start at that time. Hello from New Zealand. Christchurch, just writing up the in-depth plot for book 1, then we'll be finishing writing chapter 1 through 6. Nice.
Whoop.
Yes, I echo. What is everybody else writing today? Hello, everyone. Hello. Working on NaNoWriMo and getting chapter 19 finished. Sweet. I'm working on my NaNoWriMo project as well, most of the way through the first chapter so far. So quick question for chat and everybody else. Do you use NaNoWriMo to work on current projects, or do you come up with a whole new project for NaNoWriMo? Mine's a sci-fi superhero with a girl who has a sentient being inside her necklace, which is able to rewind, fast forward, and pause time. I am always down for sentient jewelry. Because you get like the best little things. I know it's not like I just thought of Venom, and I'm like, he's not jewelry, but Venom so much.
Venom is great.
It sounds awesome. All right. Can also view anyone's life story she comes into contact with from their own perspective, as well as form protective shields and barriers. Cool. Yeah, it was. And that's me. This is me telling everybody I fucked up. It's fine. As for the story, Danielle, all right, I'm going to continue to say hi to everybody else, but you can scroll up to see all the things about Jack's story. Yes, 8 p.m. EST. It is, as long as I did not typo, it is always in the title and the video description, whether or not it's set correctly on the OobTubes. Welcome back. I misread that as I needed a kidney. I was like, that was a very fast trip to get a kidney.
Dang.
But to kidnap a cat. Writing buddies. Also, for everybody who does and doesn't know about my Let's Talks, they are when I do a live stream with my guests to talk about whatever I want to talk about. Next week, we're going to be talking about a movie that the audience gets to pick. There is a Google form that you can click so that you can go and you can vote on. The deadline for the voting is the end of the stream tonight. I will not say which option Fox wants, but he very heavily biasly wants the audience to vote on a very specific option.
That none of us get to know.
I am not telling anybody. I am not helping him in this endeavor. Hello.
I just cast my vote, so.
I need to know which one you voted for. DM me.
I'm going to figure out. I sent it to Fox first.
Oh.
That way he can either yell at me or praise me.
Haven't joined one of these in so long. Well, welcome back. Hello. Hi. Also, Leanne Johnson is hosting a Flash Fiction Friday on Instagram. You can go follow her Instagram for more information on that, because I'm dead. Cannot think all the things. Yes, I am recuperating from my weekend. I worked an anime convention, which, for those of you who don't know, not last year, because I think it's been 1.5 years or almost 2 years since I worked a convention because of the pandemic. All the conventions closed down. There was no way to safely do an anime convention except online. But they've started opening back up, so I'll start working more of them again. But I work in the dealer's room for Anime Pavilion. And what we do is we sell DVDs, Blu-rays, manga. We had mugs this time. That was new. We had Ita bags, basically random merch, art books, special edition covers. My boss actually gets a hold of a lot of out-of-print stuff, so that's fun. He also has a store set up on eBay, and he's got a Discord server, which he hadn't told me about, and I gave him shit for. And he was like, it's new! And I didn't set it up, and I don't know how it works. And I'm like, fair!
I don't know how it works.
I mean, he does and he doesn't. He knows enough to do the thing, but yeah.
Okay.
So all that will eventually make its way into my link tree. Probably
my second choice was the one Fox very heavily wanted.
Oh, okay. Well, send me the one you voted for, because
but it's unfortunately not the one I voted for.
But yeah, so if you ever go to just follow my Instagram or my newsletter and stuff, I'll let you know which anime conventions I'm at, and you might come, or you might come see me, get 20% off on DVDs and Blu-rays. If my voice goes out, though, it's because I constantly yelled that everything's 20% off all weekend.
I get it.
We also have to do setup and takedown, which is very much work, much labor,
yes.
much sweat.
Much tears, a little bit of blood, but not too much.
It's accurate. There was, in fact, a little bit of blood.
Aha, I know my conventions.
There were tears, too, because my sister sent me a picture. Because yesterday was Halloween, but I was helping tear down and stuff in Atlanta, 5 hours away, and my sister sends me a picture of my daughter's, cat makeup, and I'm like, trying not to cry. And my boss, who knows I have chronic migraines, he's like, are you okay? Are you sick? I bet you feel sick. And I'm like, no, she sent me a picture of my daughter. And he's like, oh, I get it. It's your baby. And I made you come work. And I'm like, you didn't make me, but
you asked me aggressively.
No, he
told me
didn't.
I had no choice.
I was like, Steve, I'm working AWA. And he went, okay.
Oh, so you told him aggressively. All right.
Yes. I've known him. Okay, so Steve has been my convention boss and has known me since I was 16. So he's more akin to I don't know, somewhere between a third parent and an uncle.
Okay.
I like almost lost his credit card this weekend. I was like, Steve, I don't know where I put it. It was in my pocket. And he's like, it's okay. I'll just freeze it. And he froze it. And then I opened a special pouch in my purse. And I'm like, oh, I must have put it in there without thinking because that's how much I prioritize it. And he's like, now I have to unfreeze it.
I like how he's like, and I have to do more work to unfreeze the card.
So that's just how we be. I'm doing final edits before the proofread of Mark of the Champion. Nice. I thought Cody said he was insane. He might be. We don't know. Werewolves and witches and maybe a shaman. I love this opening to a bar joke, but also this novel premise. Trying for a written edited novella for NaNoWriMo. Hello. Outlined a short story about a paranoid Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but they're a witch and a witch hunter. I like that twist.
Okay, I'm down for that one.
I'm a rebel this year. I'm doing the same project I did last year, so my word count. So, you know what's funny about that? That's how I used to do Nano back when I did Nano. It was just this. I had one novel. It was called Her Knight, His Princess. Or was it His Princess, Her Knight? Either way, Her Knight, His Princess. And that was my Nano project. Like during November, I worked on that and nothing else. And then I didn't touch it for a whole year.
And then the other NaNoWriMo has immediately picked it right back up.
Yes. There's actually one of my most annoying experiences with a critique partner, but more on that later, maybe, if people want to know. This is my first Nano, and I'm finishing my current project. Aw, yeah. First Nano, already off to a bad start.
Oh,
Second
yeah.
time today I've heard that.
I'm not even doing NaNoWriMo.
Neither am I, but I'm supporting everybody else who does.
I support those who do. I do not. Because I
Mine is
have no ideas.
Mine is a sequel to last year's project. Fair. The Flash Fiction Friday Challenge is open to anybody who wants to join. DM me on Instagram. Or DM Leanne on Instagram. No. Hello, Mallory. My base goal this month is 30 hours of work. Stretch goal is 50. I like that. I like how that goes too.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll have to put the joke in there. Yes. I am so pleased by that.
Influencing books one person at a time.
How dare. Sorry, Foxy's yelling at me because I was like, I will not help his endeavor.
I will say it was my second choice.
Undoubtedly, based on your deductions earlier.
Listen.
Excuse me. All right, so Violet, you get to introduce yourself first.
Oh, hi,
Sure.
I'm Violet. I have a YouTube channel called WritingViolet. I write young adult fantasy and rom-coms. I post vlogs and sometimes do streams and other stuff.
She's linked down below if you want to go follow her, subscribe to her.
Do the things.
Do the things.
All right, cool. Hello, hi everybody. My name's Cody. I'm a gay creator, makes gay chicks. Straight people have had too good for too long because straight universities just don't work anymore. I'm currently working on my debut novel about witches and werewolves and what happens when a werewolf hunters find werewolf in their mix and the consequences of that actions. You can follow me down below while we go on this adventure of social media and to figure out what the fuck I'm doing.
So, a quick context. We watched the what is the full title? It's like The Boy Who
rejects being in a boys' love world.
Yeah, basically this guy is living in a boy love manga world, and he's self-aware of this, and he refuses to become a main character. And as we were watching it together, I noticed the university plaque said BL on it, and I'm like, it's a boys love university. Straight universities don't work anymore. And I was too amused by my own joke. He was like, I'm stealing it.
I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it. I'm using it in something.
Everything.
All
Also,
the
yes,
things.
remember to like the stream. And I am dying. Is that And I am Writing Mom Samantha Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I host live streams like these on Mondays where either we do productivity sprints and chat and have a good old time, or we do Let's Talks and talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, like next week when it will be a movie that will be decided by the end of this stream, or like the birthday party thing I'm hosting in 2 weeks for Sophie and Chris. I didn't have my checklist up. I'm a failure. Give me one moment. Yes, I know Fox is going to yell at me for not having it up. And my Milo note's being slow. Milo note, why would you do this to me?
If you'd like to support the stream, you can subscribe to Sam's Coffee Ko-Fi.
No, that's not. No, you're out of order.
That's the only one
When I post videos, I post them on Thursdays, but I don't always post them. I'm not consistent yet because of chronic illness and brain fog. However, I do have a shot that has been working marvelously, except when I work 4 days in a row. But that's fine. If you'd like to read a sample of my writing, you can go to my website, samanthaalnasset.com, read Until Pizza Do Us Part. And while you're there, if you want to keep up to date with all things Sam, you can sign up to my newsletter. If you would like to support the platform, support the channel, you can donate or tip at Ko-fi.
Give Sam money.
And please like the stream and maybe subscribe to my channel if you would be so inclined. I am so close to 600. So close. Sir, I have to make you out to be the villain so that nobody believes you when I try to do my villainous face turn thing. Face heel turn. That's what it is. Maybe. Yes. They won't see it coming. I like how Matt tried to beat you to it, Cody.
Yeah, listen. I'm just slightly ahead of you, Matt, just a little bit.
All right. If you hear me coughing or doing a lot, it's because I yelled all weekend. So I may be losing my voice.
A thing we like to call post-con sickness.
It's post-con longitis.
Post-con, there's a post-con blues, post-con sickness.
Yeah, I don't get con flu, just my voice.
It's just like, no.
I'm crazy with a goal of 100K to 120K. I'm not sure how my sanity will be at the end of the month. Well, let's see. That's not my calculator.
I don't think I've ever written 100K in one project ever, let alone a month.
That would be 4,000 words a day. I could have done that in my youth.
in the forevers ago.
I mean, I could write 4,000 words in a day, but it wouldn't be coherent or fit together.
They would be words.
Yeah, yeah. I used to do that for roleplay post, so I'm like, yeah, manageable back in the day. But those were also like different projects responding to different things, so not a single project. Oh wait, ask Fox what I was supposed to vote for. I saw this when you were talking, Cody. That's why I had to keep myself from laughing. Well, you have to ask Fox. I'm not telling anybody. The only specific topic I ever have for for a write-in is whatever I want.
It's
never specific topic for my write-ins.
If you excuse me a moment, food has arrived.
Okay, go get your food.
I will be right back.
Yeah, Jess has got it. Hello. Yes. No, I just gotta scroll up. To be fair to Matt, OMG, why would I? There's a delay on our end, so it's not a fair match. That is very true.
That delay.
All's fair in YouTube wars. Up to 16K so far. Well, you get it. I could write the same word 4,000 times, I think. Just copy paste the 4,000 times. Did it. Oh, you have a 3-day head start? Like, did you start 3 days ago, or did you say you're up to 16K, so you're technically 3 days ahead of schedule? Because I think that would actually only make you 2 days ahead of schedule. No, wait, that is 3. I'm wrong. I know what it is. It's fine. 4,000 words a day. That's impossible considering I can't get 700 a day. Fair. I appreciate people who know their like personal stats and boundaries, because I remember back in the days, people like they were just like the bigger the numbers and a lot of bravado and stuff, and then they like burnt out immediately.
I can't do 4,000 words. I can barely do 2.
I have, you know, he's in the WW servers. Jess. He is in there. You can find him.
He is there.
I'm at 40,000 words, and I'm aiming for 60,000 at the end of the nice. Curious Salmon friends in chat, what are you currently reading? Nothing. I finished all the books I was reading. Now I need new ones.
I don't want to talk about it.
So,
Iron Widow was the thing I read most recently, because I drove to the convention. I drove to and from the convention with my cousin's wife / sister's best friend / person. Either way, her name is Nature, and she drove to and fro with me. And so I was like, "Hey, you want to listen to an audiobook on our way down?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool." And I'm like, told her about Iron Widow, and she's like, "Yeah, it sounds good." And we listened to it, and I'm like, "You want to listen to more on the way up?" And she's like, "Yeah, I love that book." But the drive up was like very late at night, and so she passed the fuck out. But I was like, "Well, this is fine." And I'm like, I don't really want to listen to this chapter right now, so I just skipped the chapter. And I'm like, just listening to the parts I wanna. Oh, it was great.
you're like, I don't like this chapter, Skippy.
Gotcha, yeah. I'm 21 days ahead of schedule if I write 32 more words. Woohoo!
Woo!
Currently
Love being
struggling my
scheduled.
way through the oh my god! I started that book and then I was like, nope, I'm done.
So, the most recent book I finished is End of the Line by Nikki James. It is a delightful romance. And then I'm currently listening to Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune.
Mhm.
It's a book about the afterlife. And yeah, it's
This is the one you've been talking about every stream I've been on with you for the past
yes.
month.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. No. That is Tales of Verania. This is the newest book.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking up a timer because we're gonna have to start our first sprint soon.
Oh, they're talking unicorn named Gary. And everyone's like, why is his name Gary? Every time.
Yes, I did chat, or not chat. Jess has much problems with that.
yeah, every time. Why is his name Gary? It's because it's Gary.
Yes, it is the one by Jiren Zhao. And that's not actually how you say her name. It's like Ziran Zhao, but my voice and mouth no longer work. But yeah, it's great. I adore them so much.
I have it. I was scrolling through the TikToks, and she's like, "Do you like this?" And I'm
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
gosh,
I do.
half of her marketing on TikTok is, "Do you like?"
Yeah, like
Or like, "Do you like?" Do you like
giant
love
mechs.
triangles?
Yeah.
But like love triangles suck, so have a polyamorous love triangle.
And I'm like, I do. I like all these things. And she's like, well, my new book, Iron Widow. I'm like, wait a second, I know this book. I have it in my Audible library.
And then also like a lot of the marketing also focuses on Wu Zhiqian's the patriarchy doesn't respect her, so she's not respecting the patriarchy.
Yeah, it's like I like her
great.
marketing. It's really good.
But yeah, okay. Last thing, and then we're gonna go into our sprint. I heavily recommend watching, because she has a YouTube channel as well, and so watching their latest video, which the latest video is about Squid Game. I haven't watched it yet. But the one right before that is, the thumbnail says something along the lines of, I memed my way to being a bestseller. And it's basically about their publishing journey and everything. And I highly recommend watching that if you like Iron Widow. It's just, I'll
I
watch
have
it.
it in my Audible library, ready for listening.
Yeah, I first started watching their videos like when they posted the first one. They haven't been on YouTube for that long, and so like I just enjoy their journey and everything. All right, so we should do sprints now.
Oh yeah, sprinting.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
I'm getting the break timer set up. Chat, let us know how you did. Co-host, how did you do?
I actually wrote words. 224 of them.
Nice.
Nice. I wrote no words. I had most of my dinner. I still have some dinner left, and I'm continuing my research into 3D printing stuff.
Ooh, interesting. I opened up my Milo notes since the first time since I got home, and there were updates and things I had to go look at. But then I finished updating my Livestream Milo note for November, so that to make sure Fox has all the things that he needs to make all the thumbnails. And then I went and got a blanket because it's very cold in the garage now that the sun has left. So we'll catch up on chat a little bit. Okay, I believe you had answered Candy.
I did. Actually, Jessica answered Candy.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of people have complaints. I cannot remember why I such strongly know The Lies of Locke Lamora. I just remember that it was a no for me, and I don't often DNF books. For better or for worse, I always try to finish a book.
I only DNF'd one book. Yes, one book.
Do you want to tell us what that one book was? Or
Oh, sure, gladly. So
I didn't say why. I just want to know what it is.
Oh, I mean, I can tell you why. It's a me thing. So
Okay.
It is part of a book series. Ooh, I don't remember. Hold on, let me look the exact title up. Let me bring up my Kindle. It was I can tell you the reason. The reason why was a fake death, and it wasn't even like it was the kind of fake death where like the author in my eyes intentionally made us think that this character was dead. We had a full ass funeral, like, and then was just like, oh hey BT Dubs, we had a whole ass conversation that the readers weren't in on. By the way, your boyfriend's alive.
Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like I felt very much betrayed, and I was like, oh. And like I like this book series. I like this couple. And it was like the last book in the series.
Oh, that's yeah.
And then there's another book in the series, but it's from a different character's perspective. And I'm just like, why you do this?
All right, so as for doing like a book discussion, so I'm not a book tuber, and I don't review books on my channel either. So that would be like a really kind of gray line for me. I actually made a video on why I won't do book reviews on my channel, and the short end of it is I only like to review books I like, and that's not good for a reviewer.
Yeah.
So
I get that. I would
I
fall
just-
into that trap.
So a book discussion would be very tricky for me because there would be many things in the book discussion that would fall under the line of why I don't want to do book reviews on my channel. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Probably not. But yeah.
So I found it.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called In the Requiem. It's Metahuman Files Book 5 by Haley Turner.
Okay.
The book series, really good. Only thing I didn't like.
I had written 287. Nice. 100 words plus a kitty lap heater since she handed me earlier. Aw. I successfully managed to have my Word file and my OpenOffice file side by side, and by then I had 3 minutes left to edit stuff. That's fair. Hello.
I get that.
I'm just here to answer people in the chat. That works. Finished homework, and now I'm rereading notes for a project I haven't worked on in a while. Fair. I almost always end up DNFing. Very rare for me to finish a book. That's fair. Mine is not. I do not recommend it. always feel like I need to be very informative in my hatred or
Yes.
enjoyment of anything.
Mm.
So it's like if I don't know what it is, I probably don't have feelings on it.
I
Or-
like listen to most of my books like audiobooks. So
Yeah.
like then it's like harder to DNF. But if I DNF an audiobook, you know it was like really bad. Like if I can't just turn it up to like really high speed and like listen to it while I'm doing other things, like
Yeah.
if
I can
can't
usually
listen
suffer
to
through
the
that. But if I have to
chipmunks-
physically read it, I'll DNF.
I won't so much DNF, but I'll be like on chapter 10 of a Kindle book for like 4 months, and I'll be like, oh, I should finish this book. Oops, my bad.
I'll get back to it eventually.
I'm the opposite of Violet because for some reason, if I'm like physically reading it, that just like fuels my reading of it and my focus on it. But if it's an audiobook and I've like lost interest, I will zone out so hard and I'm like,
Yeah.
this isn't worth it. And I just don't listen to the rest of it.
Ooh, actually, DNF'd
That's
2 books.
fascinating.
The second one was It by Stephen King, and that's because they were using big words. And then we jumped from a clown to talking about a cat, back to the clown, and then a cat again. I was so confused. It's like, what? I think I'm too young for this book. Ugh.
I am
So
not
it's
the
not 'cause I
target
hate-
audience.
Yeah, I was not the target audience for that book. Like, ugh. The
I
movies, mint.
I finished my second chapter and updated my nano word count. Nice.
Nice.
Job. Dude, I DNF like 20 books. Also, you read like 4,000 more books than I have in my lifetime, so it's fine.
I like how she's like, I did that this year. Like,
I know, right? I could not live like that.
I will powerhouse.
Yeah, I had it jumped. Yeah, I have such a hard time finishing books because most books just end up frustrating me. But that's what fuels me sometimes. I need to know, oh my God, I read this one book, right? And the plot twist of the book as to like who the true villain was completely and totally depended, in my opinion, on the reader just assuming the villain was white. But this entire time, because like when they got there, I'm like, how do they not notice that? How did nobody in 100 years not notice this dude was brown? And the guy in their midst and stuff, I think, had light skin because he came from this one race and everything. But the actual villain who was, ruling over everybody and everything was brown. And I'm like, what? This is not a plot. I was so fucking confused by how any of the characters were confused. I was like, the author straight up just relied on the fact nobody would pay attention. But motherfucker, I pay attention. So
I don't.
piss me off so much.
Yeah, there's sometimes where I'm like reading a book. I'm like, how does no one notice this in this entire fucking book? Like, I have to suspend some form of disbelief sometimes.
And the other thing is that every so many chapters it would tell about the past timeline. So it was those characters. So I'm like, I don't know how this is supposed to be. This isn't like to me at first I thought okay. I was like, okay, it's just breadcrumbs, right? They're just leading you so that the reader can solve the mystery. And I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. But then like the main characters and everybody else who like knew of all this thing, they're like acting. The narrative is acting like I should be surprised. And I'm like, what? I thought you were leading me on a well planned journey here. I was no.
Yeah, that's not satisfying.
Love The Lives of Locke Lamora, but the third book wasn't great, and the fourth hasn't come out for years, so no need to feel bad DNFing. It's fair.
Fair.
You're not going to get me with that Robbie riddle again. What?
Oh. Okay.
Started again, Cody. This is why I can't do book discussions.
Start it again.
I need to go back and read my Kindle books. I have 30 books on my reading list, and I need to finish my current ones.
Same.
So anytime anybody even shows a hint of guilt for having a long TBR, I'm going to quote this thing that I saw, right? Because it's this, dude goes into this guy's house and he sees his library and he's like, oh, have you read everything in your library? And he's like, no, have I drank all the wine in my cellar? Like, what would you do if you'd already got through it all?
Yeah. Plus, also, it's my TBR. Leave me alone.
If you got through it all, you'd be like me, going, "What am I supposed to do now?"
I've done that before. I'm like, oh no, what books am I supposed to read now? I like that I have like a
find new
list.
ones again.
Yeah. Like,
I like purposely ignore like all mentions of new books until my list is done and then regret it. I usually DNF a series, but not a book. I'll try to finish the current book before I decide to continue with the series, except recently, 20 chapters in it. Nope, it's fair. 245 words, that sprint, which brings me to my goal for the day. I now have 35,000. Aw, yeah. The advantage of the later night chat is I see everybody finishing their daily goal. I've only read 120 books this year. Yes, but I said 4,000 books in my lifetime, not just this year. So my hyperbole may still be accurate. Who knows?
Jury's still out.
Oh, my current word total is 40,433. Author. Oh shit, you were reading all of them. Did know how many do you know how many? Okay, I get it. It's Dio, and you're quoting him saying, "Know how many breadcrumbs you've eaten in your life." You're an English major. Use your punctuation more readably.
The funny part is, I both knew and did not know what I was like. The fuck is he saying? I feel like I know what he's saying. What the fuck is he saying?
Dio is a vampire in an anime, and somebody's like, "How many people have you killed?" You know, because he kills people.
Oh, I've seen the JoJo.
And he's
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh,
Dio
okay.
is a vampire.
Oh, really? Okay, wow. I never
Yes,
seen
Dio
it.
is a vampire, and somebody asks him, "How many people have you murdered?" And he's like, "Do you know how many breadcrumbs you've eaten in your life?"
Yeah.
So
you expected a tattoo, but it is me, Dio.
But it was I, Dio.
Dio.
Yes. But how many pages were in those 4,000 books? I don't know.
That sounds like a lot of math, Candy.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of variables there. Genre, type.
Author.
Manga. I don't know how many pages those are.
Well, I mean, if you read 4,000 books that are all like It by Stephen King versus like
yeah,
that's a brick of a book.
It's okay if Jess read 4,000 more books than me. It's fine. My ego is not hurt.
It's not a competition.
I've read maybe 10 books this year and hardly anything through 2020, a year-long reading slump, and the first time I've taken a break from reading since I was 11. Aw, I'm sorry. I recently broke out of not being able to read because it's very, very difficult to read when you have 3 toddlers. Even audiobooks. There's no media format that is easy for consumption. But I started reading again 2 years ago, and I made my goal 24 books a year because that's like 2 books a month. And I'm like, yeah, this should be feasible, maybe. It is and it isn't. I'll go 3 months without reading anything, and then I'll read 8 books.
Yeah.
And then I'll go a couple more months without reading. So I think I'm at 20 something for the year. I might be really, really close to actually finishing my 24 books this year.
When I would only listen to audiobooks because I could never read a physical book because I was so used to manga. So my brain, my mind's eye wasn't fully there. So I'd be like, I can't. What? How do people read novels? This is stupid. There's no pictures.
If there's 10 pages in a book, technically those 10 pages would have to have at least 50,000 words to be considered a novel.
Oh.
Just saying, I did specify novels.
Those are some long pages. It's a big book.
I've read two books this year. Part of why I'm giving Lockelmore a longer leash than normal. I just need to finish them. Yes. Matt, I'll send you my Libro account information, and you can read the 3 audiobooks I have on my account.
And so there was a book series I found on Audible that I really liked. And I'm like, but the other 2 books are on Kindle. I don't read Kindle. Well, I'll give the first one a try. I'll see what happens. I read 11 books on Kindle in 6 days.
Damn.
It was wild.
Fox said, Sam, my ego is fine. Me, of course it is. It's indestructible. It's very, very sturdy ego.
It's yeah.
I've read 16 this year and working on number 17. My wife, however, the care and feeding of my bookworm makes me thankful for used bookstores. Fair. Facts. Also, I would recommend the Libby app if you're in North America. And if you're not, that you may have an equivalent library app wherever you are. But it's an app. All you need is a library card, and you can check out ebooks and audiobooks from your local library. Or your not so local library if you have family in other states and you want to share your library cards with each other.
I don't have my library card anymore.
My library gives 0 fucks. They even recommend it because my sister technically lives in a different state because we're very close to the state line. And she went to, you have to pay like it's like between $5 and $20 to have a library card if you live out of state.
Right.
And so they told her, they were like, does your mom live in the city? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, just have like a fake bill or something sent to her house and bring us the mail and we can give it to you for free.
Dang.
Like, fine. Because they just want people to be able to read.
Yeah, that's
I was like,
libraries are like one of the most wholesome places ever.
like, look at these librarians telling us how to be shady.
Yeah, they just want you to read. That's it.
Facts. According to Goodreads, I've only read 622 books since 2000. You've been alive longer than 2000, Jess.
You've had books read to you.
That's maybe a third of your lifetime.
Dang.
Sir, it's only been a decade since. Oh wait, no, it's been 20 years. Oh my fuck! Give me a moment.
That's what I was gonna say.
2/3 of your lifetime.
Wow.
I had a moment. It's fine. I have 14,980 more words until I went nano.
Oh.
It's actually not that much in the grand scheme of things. You can do it. 4,000 is like, I'm not even get commas, sir.
4,400,000 words.
Thank you, Cody.
Wait, pages, not words.
Oh, pages, yeah. Though I guess it doesn't account for rereads. Yes. Look, this wasn't me calling you old. This was me forgetting how time worked. That's
Listen, my bosses keep talking about 2022, and I'm like, guys, like 2022 is so long. They're like, it's in 2 months. I'm like, oh, it is, isn't it? Dang.
I have a cousin who was actually born in 2000, so I should have remembered. He turns 20 this year. I think his birthday's in May. But yeah, only 600 pages. Yes, only 600 pages. Can I fit that in 3 chapters?
I'm sure you could.
I would not be the one to ask because I apparently don't remember things anymore.
Act 1's chapter 1. Act 2's chapter 2. Act 3's chapter 3.
Okay,
Yes, done.
So yes, Kat, can I help you?
Is that one Artemis?
Yes. So our timer might have gone off a bit ago, and I need to see how late I am. We started the last sprint at the 25-minute mark. It was 20 minutes.
So in the 45-minute
Okay,
mark.
so I actually only would have not caught the timer for about 4 or 5 minutes. It's not as bad as I thought. I was like, oh God, how long has that timer not been going? I'm not blocking it.
Artemis is like, haha, you thought you get a timer, but you don't.
Yeah, I look good for 60. You do, see? Take the
It's a compliment. It was freely given.
Yes. I'm going to go find us another 20-minute timer.
Can it be the Matt snacking timer?
Since you specifically requested the Matt snacking timer.
I really like that timer, and I'm also eating food. So, like, for me, it's perfect. And then Matt recreating the snack timer.
Yes. I just have to go find it. It should be in my timer playlist. Playlist. 20-minute timers. Where's Matt snacking? There he is.
I don't know, it just entertains me so.
Sophie and I were particularly pleased that the timer just happened to be in the right spot for Matt to like stare at it. Because I cannot move the numbers.
No.
So. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
I'm going to eat your little fuzzy face. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, Sam, you're still muted.
So how did everybody do that sprint since none of you heard what I was saying? So I was harassed by a cat who, let me tell you what this little bitch does. What she does is she gets in my lap and she gets all cozy and she gets some pets and stuff. But then I start multitasking and she's like, no, mom's too comfy. So then she leaves me like this. And then, hold on. Yes, my sister. You owe me money.
Oh, good phone calls.
Okay, hold on. Tell me how you owe me money during the next sprint. I'll call you back. Love you too. Bye.
Cute.
Apparently, my sister owes me money. But yes. Yeah, so then she'll circle around the laptop and then she'll come back in my lap from this way so that I have to like let her readjust and stuff. And she just keeps doing that. But yes, then yes, I have a friend I was speaking to on things. How did you two do?
I only wrote like 10 words and then I needed to go look through my notes on things.
Mm-hmm.
I opened up Milanote and then I opened up a Google because I was going to research something. And then Google had like a new thing up, like as today's like Google thing. And I'm like, oh, what is this? This looks very interesting. And I clicked it and it was a weaving mini game. So I played that. And then I forgot what I was doing. And then I was like, I have 17 tabs open. I should close some of these. And I saw Matt get up. I'm like, oh, the timer's done. Wow, it's been 20 minutes. Damn.
Yes, and even though I told everybody that our time was up, nobody heard me.
I was just waiting. I was like, I'm gonna see if she notices. Nope. Okay.
I noticed. I was talking.
And no one was responding.
I just thought everybody was waiting for me to finish. I was like, yeah.
I'll keep going. Good day.
So Jess said she really wants to combine Matt's name with snacking, but then it's just macking, and that's a whole other thing.
True. Mm-hmm.
Snatting would just sound weird and be in the wrong order. Excuse me. I have 3 more chapters. I mean, out of 27, I can fit 15,000. I'm rounding up 15,000 words in those last 3 chapters. That's what I meant to ask. It depends on your genre, what you're doing. I don't know what your average chapter word length is. That is just not a thing, but I believe in you. And the Oscar goes to Matt for Matt's snacking timer.
I think I had the Jessica thing up the entire time too.
I did, yes. I was not taking it down.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. That's, I don't know if you could tell, but like I got cut off, so just like got away up here, and I was just like.
I just reached my writing goal. 29 more days of NaNoWriMo left to survive. Nice. Also, if anybody likes the shenanigans that me and my co-host get up to at the beginning of my streams that one day I should really cut into shorts and compile, there may be more planned for next week. So, might be more. I just reached my writing goal. I just read that. I'm sitting here falling asleep, so I think I'm going to try and sleep well.
Good night, sleepy tight. Don't let the Betty bugs bite.
I applied the edits for my prologue in chapters 1 and 2. Nice. Started the outline for an old project. Also, I would totally follow the Snacking with Matt YouTube channel.
Listen, Matt, get on
if you're still here, I got you a YouTube thing. Make snacks themed from books and just say Snacking with Matt. Just eat the snacks for the book with the book cover on screen for 20 minutes. Don't even talk about it.
Don't even tell them what the product is. Just eat something and be like,
I could use them for my timers.
Just have an entire Matt snacking playlist. Guys, what are we feeling today? Popcorn or candy bars?
Sorry, I've been here for a while. I'm listening in the breaks, but too busy writing to chat. I mean, that's fair. Have a sharp deadline.
We just
Get
here
it.
vibing.
Get your words in, Justin.
Yeah, you do you. We just here vibing.
Look, if I'm not on screen, I'm probably not talking much in chat because I'll be working while like people are talking. So I'm a very bad audience member.
I'm a terrible audience member. I will
Today
lurk.
we're eating pretzels. I don't know why y'all are here, to be honest, but I'll take it.
Yes. What kind of pretzels? I like pretzels. What are we thinking?
See, you could be like, because this is the only food related to a story I can think of at the moment. Well, actually, so you could literally do it with any of my stories since I always have food. You'd be like, until pizza do us part. You could just have like a little thing of, I will get a flash fiction cover just for you. Put it up there, be eating pizza for 20 minutes just until pizza do us part. Or like, all that glitters. You've got multiple foods to choose from. You can have roasted boar. You can have the breakfast that Eric made. You
could have the dinner, the picnic Eric made.
So great. So great.
Maybe with less poison, but
Or you could be eating burgers with not for her. See, I got you. That's my everything I've ever written. I got you.
Everything has food. I think Sam's trying to tell us something.
I love food.
Yes. I mean, Sam.
I don't describe how the food tastes intimately, but they always eat.
It's there. I don't even
Sorry,
say how a burger tastes, y'all know.
Because I'm like cold, I keep hitting my laptop, so it just keeps doing that. I'm like, oh, these poor people. I'm gonna give them motion sickness.
It's fine. My chair is squeaky, so you just hear all the time. I need to fix that. I need to get WD-40 and just spray the heck out of it.
So Fox says he was going to remind me to take the message down, but then he realized that no, it's just me. This is where I'm going to leave it, and there's nothing Fox can do.
No,
poor
leave it
man.
up. It's fine.
He puts up with so much from me. He's like, I am a marketer, or he's not a marketer. He works in a marketing company, and he's like, I know marketing, and Sam, this would be the best way to do a thing. And I'm like, but I want to do this thing. And he's like,
he's an entire timeline.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but
he's an entire timeline detailed out, and you're just like, but what if I didn't do that? What if I did this?
What if I did these other things? To be fair, though, I will ask him, I'm like, would this be a completely terrible idea and I shouldn't even attempt it? Or, and he'll always be honest, but I hear the disappointed sighs when they happen. So I always know when I'm about to do a thing that I probably shouldn't. But he didn't tell me it's the worst idea in the world. So.
Oh, that just reminds me. So my job, my boss is looking to get into manufacturing of things.
Hold on. Apparently, Fox and I had the exact same idea about Matt's book promo with snacks, and that amuses me. But go on.
So my boss is looking to get into manufacturing. If anyone didn't know, I work for an adult toy company, and that's all I'm saying. Anywho, so he's looking to get into manufacturing of toys, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, he told me this. When I tell you, my hyperfixation focused on that so hard. I was like, I got you. Within 24 hours, I've already ordered 3D printers. Well, 3D printer. And I sent an entire, me and my roommate were really into it. So I'm like, here's the 3D printer I want. Here's all the upgrades. Good idea or bad? Should we get them all or not? He's like, maybe we should get the printer and the filament first and then go from there. I'm like, okay, good. So I'll save all these for later.
Cody Fox says that you understand this is why he could never make an actual marketing plan.
Yes. Yep, I get it.
I would try to follow it mostly. Just a little asterisk here.
Yeah, a little asterisk everywhere.
I do joke with my CPs that my novel's actually just a cookbook. See, Matt, we're perfect for each other's platform.
Where do I buy this? I'm in. Where do I pre-order? I'm in.
There's a
Kickstarter.
There's a webtoon on, it's a webcomic on Manta, because Manta's technically different from webtoons, but either way, point is, it's about a Michelin chef who wants to there's a bunch of drama and stuff, but the important part is that occasionally it'll just go through and show him cooking something step by step, and I'm like, Yes, this is the content
Yeah.
I am here for. Who cares about the drama? I
don't
need to
care
know how
about
to
the
make
plot.
this food.
But like that soup though, hand it over.
Want to have some of my dragon food? It's all just raw meat. Eat up. No, see, but like you could see the dragon could roll it on a rock to get some salt in there, and then
Yeah.
it's a dragon. They can just go, and now it's cooked.
Yeah.
Cody could perform the Beethoven Tempest Sonata on his chair.
I could. I feel bad every time.
I just made a blanket and pillow nest in my bed, and I'm gonna chill here for a bit. You do that.
Ooh, that sounds like a good idea. I might do that later, honestly. Because that sounds like such a good idea.
Sometimes you just gotta break the tension with a recipe.
Death, murder, drama, cooking.
Yes, exactly.
We all
be
gotta
like,
eat, so.
I can't believe that the great sage is dead and everything, but you want to know his favorite stew? It had potatoes.
Yes,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's like,
he liked the onions really well minced, and it's like yeah, and he also liked to caramelize them.
oh
But
man.
do you remember?
But if they were just too big,
But were the
he'd throw the
potatoes
biggest stink.
cubed? Were the potatoes cubed or triangle shaped? I can't remember. Cubes are gorgeous.
Were they I think they were sliced very thin, but not too thin.
Yeah,
To be like chips,
a
but not
chip.
too thick.
See, you could totally fit it into a story.
You could.
To be honest, it's a good writing prompt. Try to work in a recipe into your story.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Okay, I'm writing that down and I'm doing that at some point. Don't know when.
Okay, so as a serious like writing advice tip thing, some of my favorite thought dumps are just like rubber ducking bullshit things where when me and my friends used to just sit around and we would just shoot the dumbest like ideas at each other, like just now, and we would just like bounce back and forth off each other and just keep it going, and just it got wild sometimes, but it also would give us like legitimate ideas or things we could use. It's so much fun. Highly recommend.
It's just, or me telling anyone ideas, and I'm like, here are all 15 of my ideas. Which one of them are good or not? And they're just
yeah, but no, see, that's different because then you're like actually focusing on an idea and everything, and it's also like very, very you oriented.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is just like being dumb with friends, and you're just throwing out random ideas that doesn't have to do with anything per se.
Yes.
Or it does start because it's like, oh man, so what if like Titania woke up one day and then she just wanted some beef jerky, but beef doesn't exist in the world, and then somebody else would be like, yeah, but then like so and so would come in and they're like,
they would just bring a
you
lot
know
of
what?
salt.
I've got some meat and I accidentally dumped it in the salt bag. It's
Yes.
like, oh man. So then you just keep going, and then suddenly you may have figured out a way to write the invention of beef jerky into your story. Like those are some of the most fun I've had. Just spitballing. That's the word I wanted.
Yes.
Spitballing ideas and stuff against each other, because you're not like genuinely trying to work on anything, and you're not like actually figuring things out. You're just being dumb, just having fun.
It's like, well, what if they had legs? How would that work? What do you mean how that work? Evolution wise, how would that work?
Excuse me, as Fox just shaded me because he's like, I'm so proud of you. You used Titania as your character instead of George. You leave my love of the name George. If you watch my videos or you read like my examples of anything, I use George as an example character 90% of the time.
So it's also funny. I have a friend whose boyfriend's name is George, and I recently got myself a 3D printed fidget slug. And I'm like, I'm gonna name you George. And I was talking to one of our other friends. I'm like, George, isn't that so and so's boyfriend? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not calling you George. That's why that's in my brain. I'm gonna put you down.
I will be 100% honest. It's one, I enjoy saying George exactly like that.
George.
And two, in Yu Hakusho, the ogre's name is George.
I can only think of Georgie.
And I'm really in love with the name George the Ogre because I'm like, that's so good. I can't even explain it.
Just like I like the name Gary the Unicorn.
Yes. Even though Jess says it should be Charlie the Unicorn.
It should be, but I just
She went
love.
to bed, so I had to say it for her.
Yes, and I just love every time I bring it up. She's like, it should be Charlie. She'll whisper it now. She'll just be like, it should be Charlie. It's like it's not. It's
So
George.
Violet, do you add
Sure.
much food into your stories?
Yeah, in my current story, it's a lot about food because my character, there's like a survival element where my character is deprived of food, so she's fixated on it.
Or
So
on my face.
Okay.
I relate to the fixation, and I already feel you've just created so much empathy within me for this character. I don't know her, but my God, I feel sorry for her. Already rooting for her.
Yep, from the jumps, like, I get you.
Okay, I don't know who that is. Who is
Q-wordy?
Q-wordy? Does any Nicole? No, we're not friends because I don't know who that is.
Oh, you can't see him because he's black, but it's my little 3D printed slug.
Oh! What are you talking about, Cody? You concerned me so.
No, it's my little 3D printed slug, but he's black, and I'm wearing a black shirt, so he can't be seen.
I understand now, but
Yes,
let me tell you, I'm trying to figure out who Keywordie is, and you popped up with that, and I was like, are you about to get me canceled off the internet, Cody?
No, I get canceled. That's the thing.
Well, my little friend.
Yeah. Causing concerns on the live stream all the time.
No, that does not help me. I do not know this person, so I don't think we're friends.
I must now do research.
Yes, Cody, find out for me. Who is this poor person?
Who is this poor
There's
person?
no shade to this individual. There are it is not. I'm trying to figure out how to word it that doesn't sound terrible. I don't know many people. Because I was about to say it's not special for me to not know somebody, but I was like, that just makes it sound worse. But
Okay.
yeah, the point was the bar for me not knowing who somebody is very low. I don't know many people.
It looks like she is a fellow YouTube lady, writer, reader, and dork extraordinaire.
I mean, sounds fun.
I was gonna say, sounds a lot like you. I can see.
I can see why one might think we're friends.
Yes.
In all seriousness, I am all for including food in fiction. I feel like it can do. Yes.
Yes.
I'm all for including food in fiction, but I don't like when somebody goes into too intimate detail about the food, because then I'm just like when they start talking about how biting into it is so chewy and the juices start running and stuff. I'm like, now you're making me focus on their mouth, and that is not no. Thank you. Please do not.
So I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you guys how a burger tastes, unless you may or may not be vegetarian or vegan,
here's the thing.
Still,
here's the thing. If it's somebody who's the first time they've had a burger and they're like, oh, the burger's so juicy.
Yeah.
That is where it ends.
Yes.
Do not tell me the juices are running anywhere.
Because I'm sure we could. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're going for disgust is the point of the scene, maybe.
Or maybe it's a love interest.
You are trying to gross me out.
Yes.
It's a very fair point.
It could be possible love interest. You know how they focus on everything the other one does.
I like the Violet the food thing with your book. You mentioned anime, so it reminded me of her. So, and now I should weird because not everyone who likes anime are friends.
Oh,
that's also fair. There are a lot of us. I just came back from a convention with so many, but yeah.
That just reminded me.
Sounds like somebody I might get along with.
Yeah.
My internet's cutting in and out, and I've been awake since 4 a.m. I'm calling it. All right. Sleep well. Bye.
Good night.
We will be doing our final sprint in a moment. Excuse me.
That reminds. I had.
Hold on. Violet, you get to pick
What?
our final sprint timer
Oh.
theme. She's
I-
like, I was not prepared.
yeah.
Oh no.
I didn't get
Cody.
this assignment ahead of time.
Cody, you may continue while Violet thinks
While Violet
of
thinks.
those timers. I'm sorry.
I don't know why, but whenever she was like, I should, like, not everyone who likes anime, like, knows each other. Just reminds me of the first time I told one of my coworkers I happen to be a gay. She's like, oh, do you know this person? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, well, they're gay. I'm like, cool. It's like an unfortunate event that happens too often because you don't think about it. Like, it's just like, yes, you should. It's like, no, I don't.
Or like you tell somebody where you're from and they'll be like, oh, I know somebody who also lives in that state.
Yes.
Like, what?
Do you know them? Yep.
It's like, how wonderful.
Yeah.
Do they live in the half of the state I live in?
Or relatively close. Or it's like, oh, I
Let
used
me
to work
tell
at
you, one city over, very different culture.
very,
I need-
very,
I need to know.
oh, very different. Or it's like, oh, I used to work at X company. They're like, I know someone who used to work at X company. Do you know this person? Like, completely different state. I was on the other side of the country. Like, whew.
I should, every time somebody starts that, I should be like, yes, and I have so much tea. No, I have no
every
idea who
time.
they are.
Oh, I make up the most horrible things I can every time they bring that
No.
up. And then you just see the look on their face just go, oh, yeah.
They always mention the juice is running, and it's like, bro, we be better at eating.
I can imagine just just a narrator or someone who's like breaks the fourth wall in their book is like, they bit into the burger and then and then just someone like smacks them in the back and is like, be better at eating.
It's like, oh
Why
my
is the
gosh.
running everywhere?
It's like those comedic narrations of things I really enjoy, where they're like the narrator's reading the line and then literally just kind of breaks character and goes, "Are you serious?"
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Have you decided on a theme for our timer, Violet?
Oh, I forgot that I was supposed to be thinking about that.
Just say the first word that comes into mind. Puppies, purple. This fucking cat.
Is it still too late to do like Halloween stuff?
No, never. Not
no,
on my
never. Yeah. Now it's
Still right.
Have you seen my pants? Actually, better yet, have you seen the blanket I stole from my husband? Holes. We will use this one.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
See, okay, so in defense of vampires, they're puncturing a wound and trying to get the blood out of said wound. That can't be easy.
And it's like splurting everywhere. So
So I think this just depends on how the vampires are eating.
yeah.
All right, but we're using a Halloween gate to fight the gatekeepers who would try to tell me I cannot do it.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Who would like to do our countdown?
I think Violet should.
What?
No, we volunteer ourselves, not other people, Cody.
Dang it, I thought it would work this time. I'll do it.
Only I can do that.
I tried so hard.
Poor Violet. She's like, first I have to pick the timer.
Yeah. That's
You guys, to be fair, it's like nearly 3 a.m. here right now, so I'm like,
She's like, why am I will never come back here again. I don't like this. I don't like them.
I do apologize. I meant to like message you, like, do you want to pick our timer theme? But I've been fighting this bitch.
Cat's like, mother attention.
She saw she has returned.
Okay. We ready for the final sprint?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Sneaking in here for a final reminder to vote in the poll that is pinned if you want a say in the movie next week. Thank you. And we're back.
Hello.
The kitty has found her comfy space.
Aw.
We were
Is that
dancing earlier.
Yes. Well, I have finally was able to sit down and start critiquing. So as far as she was concerned, she was getting all of my attention. Little did she know she was not. So,
Ha-has and tee-hees.
she's just very needy because I was gone for 4 days, so she's being more aggressive than usual.
Love me.
Well, normally she's very good work cat because she knows when I'm like working, she'll just sit here. But if like, I stop and I start dancing and stuff, she'll be like, okay, we can be interactive now. But today she was just like, no, Mom, no.
No.
You're not allowed to work the first day you get home.
What is this, mother?
Yes.
Mother, I crave attention.
I had a cute black and white cat. It often walked across my keyboard, and I've saved some of its writing. That is a cute idea. However, I would become very annoyed very quickly. I am, with as maternal as I am, I'm also pretty cold bitch. So like, all of the creatures under my care are well trained and well raised, and they know better. Like when they were kittens, if they would walk across my keyboard, they would be picked up and removed, and they would get no attention, no affection, nothing.
Nothing.
But then if they like sat next to my computer and my keyboard, I'd give them attention and pets and stuff. That's like when she won't settle down, I just move her, and then that's why she finally got snuggly because she was like, fine. It was her giving up. But like, yeah, she's actually normally very super polite and very prissy about it because she'll just put her paw on you and just wait patiently. Like she'll just be like, and it's like, yes, come here. But that has also made her the most spoiled one because it's so fucking cute. She's just like, or like, please, or she'll do it. She'll just put her little paw on you and she'll be like, meow, and I'm like, the one thing that's gonna melt my cold heart.
Yeah.
Where are you going? No,
We
you
had
wanted love and affection. You're staying.
We had a dog that would do that, but with her chin. And it would be just very gently. You'd just be watching, and you just feel a gentle pressure on your leg. You just look down, just be her just looking at you, and her tail would wag.
Got here at the perfect point for during literally any of my sprints at any point in time. What you might see on screen is just me doing this with her. Because I have music going and we dance, don't we, Artemis? We dance.
And then if I notice, I'll dance with them for a little bit.
I'm a very good multitasker, so yeah, as long as I'm like critiquing, I will also be moving muchly. She's like, I'm done with you now. The music's gone. 1,000. Ah, yeah. All the hellos.
It's only 1.
So for those who are new, oh no, you don't. No, you give it. That's my hair tie. No, sorry. She very, very politely and very like petitely just sat right next to my phone and then picked up my hair tie and tried to book it. Because for those who don't know, this is Artemis, our patron saint of my streams.
Yep.
Whom is now very upset with me because I took my hair tie back. But it's mine, and I had to buy a whole new pack because you keep stealing them. I ran out. Yes, I did, and I have to get the heavy duty ones. I have a lot of hair.
She's like, Mother, I do not care.
She's like, I don't care. I just want my hair tie back.
Right. I just want to steal it back. I will devise a plot.
Almost done with my outline. Oh, yeah. Kitty dancing. Then, yep. One day I will gif it. One day.
I'm also the person that serenades to the dogs and cats in my house. Just by myself. I'll just serenade them as they stare at me. Just like, what are you doing?
Oh, I serenade to everything. My children are so used to me. I kid you not. This is exactly how it happened. My child was like walking from downstairs. I'm cleaning the living room. I grab them. I pull them into a thing and I'm like, shut up and dance with me. And I dance with them in a circle and I let them go. And without even reacting, they just go into the kitchen.
Yeah.
like something straight out of a cartoon or a musical. They were just like, yeah.
God, I just entertain mom for like 5 seconds. I go back to what I was doing. All right, cool. She's done. I'm gone. Bye.
She's done. I'm good.
I serenade my coworkers all the time, and I always do it off key or very terribly. It's my favorite thing to do to them. They're just like, all right, I guess it's happening right now. All right, cool.
Fox would also like to point out he is very used to my musical ways. Because I do. There's nothing I will not turn into a musical.
Oh, same.
And everybody who's ever been in a call with me is used to it.
I will often join.
What'd you say, Violet?
I said you got to make your own fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finished edits for the prologue in chapters 1 through 4. Awesome. I have a few friends who they hate musicals, and they'll be like, because it's so unrealistic. Nobody does that. And I'm like, my name is Nobody. Nice to meet you.
And they just hear out of the distance just... It's my favorite thing to do.
Oh my gosh. There was... me and a coworker. There was somebody at the convention, and I was just like, they want to be where the cosplayers are, want to see them sew and see them wearing all the costumes as they walk by. And then I like stopped, and he picked it up and did another line, and I was like,
at me.
my people!
Give me the merch. Here, take my... Sorry, I'm continuing. I'm doing the singing over.
Here, have a sale. Our discounts are 20% off. Hand me your card. Here's your receipt. Have a good con.
Listen, especially if it's part of your world, I will make up lyrics to anything.
Right? It's so
just at any point. And like, I will.
Anybody who's ever read my outlines, you have to know Disney songs to understand half of it. I've got some sort of remix for Scar's song, and there's an Aladdin song. But all right, it's very late for poor Violet, who was wonderful and joined us here.
Yes.
And
gosh diddly.
Cody's camera said no more.
Yeah, my camera's like, I'm out.
I have to go put the kids to bed because it is my turn tonight. Because I don't get a day off.
I just came back from convention and working, and I work more.
So I just want to address that normally, while there are a lot of cat ones, there are also dog ones too. It's not wholly a cat world. But it's in part, I feel, because even people with both, the cats are the ones who like climb up in the laps during the streams. So, because like I have a pitty, and if I let her in this room with me, she would try to be in my lap half the stream as well. But
and the other thing too is cats are smaller than pitties, so cats are easier to like snuggle in. Pitties, depending on their size, are just like buffalo and everything.
She thinks she's a lap dog.
Yeah,
she's 3/4 size.
I used to have a pitty, and she also thought she was a lap dog and half my size.
I wish I wasn't the one putting the kids to sleep because I would attempt another sprint but I am, so my poor co-hosts don't have to be subject to my begging. But
I'm so
you too. All right, but yes, let us do our outros so that they can get it going. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, every time I get moved, it scares me.
It's the hot seat.
It's the hot seat.
It's the seat that goes first.
Hello, hi, everybody. My name is Cody Keller. I am a gay creator, makes gay shit. Straight people have had it too good for too long. And Straight University just ain't cutting it no more. I'm adding that now, if I can remember. I make gay things. You'll discover I say that word a lot. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to move on with our lives. Anywho, follow me down below while I work on my debut novel about witches and werewolves and what happens when werewolf hunters find a werewolf in their mix and the consequences of action. Why do I breathe every time? I don't know. It just happens. Anywho, follow me down below.
Because you haven't yet learned to breathe from your, I forgot what it's called.
No, I do that on purpose.
Diaphragm. Oh, okay.
I used to be in chorus, man. I know how to sing from my... No. I will.
You gotta breathe from the diaphragm when you're doing long spiels.
I usually do. I do it on purpose, and I don't know why. I don't know when it started. But it's Dramatic pause. That's what it is.
Violet.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Violet. I have a YouTube channel. It's called WritingViolet, where I do writing vlogs and streams and other things. I also run the Nostalgia Train book club, and for December, we will be reading The Golden Compass. More information on my channel. Check it out.
Which she is also linked below.
Yes.
And I am Writing Mom Samantha L. Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I also, when I post videos, post them on Thursdays. I'm not consistent with it yet, but I do hope to, once again, someday be consistent on it. But I have a chronic illness, which has brain fog and fatigue as symptoms, which is all kinds of fun. If you would like to read a sample of my writing so that you know I can put my money where my mouth is, I have a flash fiction up on my website called Until Pizza, Do Us Part. You can read it completely for free, and also for free, you can sign up to my newsletter to keep up to date with all things Sam. And if you would like to financially help support the platform a little bit, you can tip or donate at my Ko-fi.
Give Sam money.
And if you would like to support the platform other ways, you can like, subscribe, ring-a-ding the bell. I'm almost to 600 subscribers. I would very much love to hit that by the new year. Would be appreciated.
6 honeys.
And thanks my co-host for being here. Thanks everybody for joining us and watching. And we hope to see you again. Bye.
Bye.